In this video, we look at how to run the t-test in SPSS. So we go to, once we have our data file open, we go to Analyze, Compare Means, and then we can do a one sample t-test, an independent sample t-test, or a paired sample t-test. One sample t-test, we enter the test variable, for example the hope scale, and then we punch in the test value, for example 6 if this is for the population or whatnot. Hit OK, and then we get the results for a one sample t-test that does a test value of 6. We compare the sample here and have a mean of 6.66 with the test value of 6. This mean difference is 0.66, and now we see by the t-test a t-value of 10, 238 degrees of freedom, and a two-tailed significance of 0.000. So you see this is a highly significant difference between the sample and the population. Then this was the one sample t-test. If we go over here and we decide to run a two sample independent sample t-test, we could do again, choose the hope variable, and as a grouping variable we decide to look at gender. We want to compare boys and girls, and we hit 1 and 2. Here you have to know which values there are, right? In PSPP, for example, you have a little pop-down menu that comes up. Here you have to know that. So if you forgot about that, you can go back and look at it. You would go to the let's say I'll hit a character, but let's say I would not remember. I would go to my data file here. We will go to the variable view. We can look at gender. Oh, and actually it's 0 female and 1 male, so I did it wrong. Let's see what it did. Let's see what it did. Yeah, it's not produced because there is no 2's, no values for 2. So I go back into Analyze, Compare Means, Independent Samples t-test. I've got to change the gender. I define the groups to say 0 for female and 1 for male. Hit Continue. OK. And now we do get the test. And here again, same thing. First, the Levine's test for equality variances. If this test is not significant, we pick the first line. If it is significant, we go to the second line. And then here we have the t-test, second part, a t-value of minus 0.07 with 237 degrees of freedom and a two-tailed significance of 0.938. So we really want to stay with the null. It's highly likely that the null is the right answer. There's no difference between the groups. And then finally, let's do a paired samples t-test. Here again, we have to pick the two pairs. For example, optimism at 0.1, optimism at 0.2, and we're good to go already. Okay, so we see here optimism 0.1, 3.60, optimism 0.2, 3.80. We see the correlation with 0.52. That's a moderate correlation, moderate to high correlation. And then we look at the paired samples t-test down here. The mean difference is minus 0.20, so the first time point is 0.20 points lower than the second time point. And if we look over here at the t-statistics, the t-value is 3.35, and that is highly significant two-tailed. One-tailed, it will be 0.005. So this was how to do the t-test in SPSS.